So Vybz Kartel are rejoicing in prison right now. You see me I say I know most of the title and the thumbnail, but me I gotta explain what went down, why Paula Llewellyn was removed from office with immediate effect. Yeah man people. But before we get into the details, press up on the like button, and if you're new to the channel, just subscribe because I don't know say yes I don't get the latest. But yeah, run up the likes to 100 likes quick and fast. You see me? Well yeah, Paula Llewellyn is to be removed from office with immediate effect. So as we speak right now, she have pack up her things, them pack her bags to leave. She will not be returning to the office. Yeah, today at the end of the week. So she will not be returning to the office on Monday, and she will not be completing the day. Is what I said. Yes. She was asked by a judge to remove from office. And the reason for this is not because of the whole Vybz Kartel case and the mishandling of the case. Is what I say, is have to do with her age and the government laws. I'm gonna explain what went down. Is what I say. So a couple years ago, the Jamaican system amended the laws of how old you should retire. So they move it from 60 to 65. During that time, Paula Llewellyn was already in office and she turned 60 last year. So she will be looking to do that full extension going up to 65. However, the PMP basically did in a court to argue this thing and say, yo, Paula Llewellyn was in office before the law was amended, so this law should not go for her. So she should leave office when she is 60. Is what I say, and it went on. It should have been ended from last year, but it extended into this year. So today now, the judge ruled it and says she should be removed, or she should remove from office with immediate effect. So that I go on now. You know what I say? And all the people are rejoiced now because them been I say this. You know what I say? Especially when it comes on to the Vybz Kartel case and the mishandling of the case. You know what I say? Yeah, a whole lot of people don't like her. Point blank. We know Vybz Kartel himself don't like her. Based on the post they will make on Vybz Kartel page, the official page. You see me people? And we know if we are running with Isaac Buchanan said way. You see me? Yeah, so all the things. You see me?
Good morning again.
Morning.
Before we go into, can you just state your name, title, who you represented, and then you can give us your reaction to this morning's ruling.
Michael Hinton, counsel for the claimants. When we started our submissions in this case, the first thing that we said is that the case is not about extension. It's not about how she did that. It's not even really about the extension of the age. The case is about the rule of law, about establishing a principle that same laws apply to everybody, and that the Constitution needs to be respected. And we think that's what the court's ruling has indicated today. So we are pleased with the ruling, the result of the court effectively saying that the Constitution requires to treat everybody in the same way and not mix with other.
See people, so the question, them basically answer the question them with the public I got ask. And yeah, basically I said this has nothing to do with any of our cases. Is what I say, but just the rule of the laws, and the laws govern everybody. No one is to be singled out and to get any form of special treatment. Is what I say. So if she did in her office before the law amend, she should abide with the old practice, or the old law rather, and the new law would go for anybody else would come after her. You see me people? So that go on, and a whole lot of people are rejoiced. The Gaza fans them are rejoiced, and everybody who want the Vybz Kartel out are rejoiced now. And the people them will have them personal agendas against her are rejoiced. Because people been asked for she stepped down all along. You see me people? So now the big question now what everybody are gonna ask, how this benefit Vybz Kartel? The first thing is that the DPP's office is to submit their arguments whether or not they want a retrial or not for Vybz Kartel on the 31st of June. And she will not be on that team, people. Is what I say. And if there should be a retrial, she will not be the prosecutor on the case. So right there, so people immediately I say from she not up on the team, then Vybz Kartel a go walk free. No, I think there's a walk in the park. It a go be a walk in the park. You know what I say? And me feel like say the same principles where she go by, whosoever go replace her, I gotta go by the same principle. Because this is law. And everybody is with lawyers, them always want to win them case. And when them it look like say yo them can't win, them are gonna try them utmost best to win them case. So it's still not gonna be a walk in the park for Vybz Kartel. You know what I say? A different person probably have a different mindset going to this case, but I feel like at the same agenda they might work towards. You see me? But I can't leave no opinions on that. But one of the things what me feel like say why the people them really want her out because it even though them say yo it has nothing to do with our cases, I just feel like say yo it have something to do with the things them what she do. You see what I say? And part of the reason would I lead back to that interview, yeah, based on how she said. It's not what she do, but based on how it come across in that interview, yeah. I'm gonna play about that interview, yeah. So you can watch it and leave no thoughts on this in the comment section. But yeah, DPP Paula Llewellyn will be removed or is currently in the process of removing herself from office. So she has to step down with immediate effect. You see me people? So let's go to the updates. You can leave no thoughts and opinion in the comment section. But check out the interview and let me know anything.
Llewellyn's shocking comments on Vybz Kartel Privy Council appeal.
Heat from the Vybz Kartel Privy Council ruling continue. And this morning, for the first time, the DPP was responding since the judgment came down last Thursday morning. And she was asked by Tona and Ricardo about the advice she gave to the judge in the trial after it was revealed that there was an attempt to bribe the jurors.
DPP, having been told that all of your jurors in 2014 had been offered a $500,000 bribe, why did you not advise the judge that it was probably best to dismiss the jury, which was now obviously tainted?
You see, you are now trying to get me to discuss the matter, and I told you that I didn't wish to.
No, but certainly this point, DPP, is important because here the law lords are saying you advised the judge that you were prepared to proceed even though you knew that the entire panel, 11 jurors the forewoman told you, had been offered bribes. Wouldn't that mean in your judgment, DPP, that the entire jury, as the law lords have now found, was contaminated and should have been terminated or discharged?
Well, first of all, I am not the judge.
True, but you gave advice that you were prepared to proceed, and what I'm trying to understand.
We were prepared to proceed.
But why were you prepared to proceed with a jury that was contaminated?
No. All the other factors, that some of which I cannot go into in terms of.
So you were thinking about cost. You were thinking about how long the matter had been going.
We were also thinking of security issues. There were a lot of other issues that we cannot go into the public domain, and what our information from the foreman was, what she was saying was that all of the attempts had to do with acquittal. Clearly, if it had been the other way, we would have, clearly, given the overriding objective of any case, which is fairness to the accused. But what would have been perhaps planted in the mind of the jurors is, okay, you need to acquit. And remember that these persons, at least two of them, are very famous. So it would have been, as far as the prosecution, when we discussed it, we would have been at those ones at a great disadvantage. This is not the first time.
But with the greatest respect, DPP, that's not persuasive, because what I want you to focus on is the fact that the process now had been corrupted and contaminated, and you advised the judge that you were comfortable proceeding with a contaminated and corrupt process.
This is not the first time that I have had to deal with jury tampering.
And be that as it may, in the exercise of your judgment, why did you not see it fit to bring to an end a matter that had been corrupted?
After 64 days of trial?
Isn't the interest of protecting the impartial trial greater than the length of time that had elapsed?
I agree with you on paper, but I have done other cases where there has been jury tampering to the great negative of the prosecution. I have seen cases, I've seen jury inquiries where the juror, having been questioned, it was quite clear that it was either an accused person or an accused person's relative that approached the juror. And the juror was able to indicate to the court that it did not make any difference. He would still be able to have an impartial situation in his mind. I have had the experience. I've prosecuted many cases. And when asked, I have indicated that we don't have any problem. So in other words, we are prepared to take our chances and just try to make sure that you have a very powerful address. But this, what happened in a couple of the cases I've dealt with, didn't happen during summation. It happened before we got to summation. So I have had the experience before of jury tampering. And I have been asked before, what is my view, being the prosecutor in the matter? And even after the inquiry, it's a judgment. It's quite clear that you don't know if the juror is telling you everything about the encounter with the relative of the accused, but you are willing to take the chance nonetheless. So it has happened. I mean, both myself and Mr. Taylor, who was the prosecutor, we didn't drop from the sky. It's not the first case that we are both having to deal with. And in our experience, we have had to deal with cases where you have issues arising.
With the benefit of hindsight, do you regret the submissions you made?
You are not going to get me there. You are not going to get me.
Well, quite an interesting 5 minutes of exchanges there.